So you were explaining densities to me, and you said something that really didn't blow my mind. It actually just made total sense, but it was like an aha moment, which was that you can only look down from densities, and you were, and then you explained that's why we're seeing so much polarity now, which was for 2D. So if you could speak into that, that'd be great.
Yeah, so this is dimensions.
Dimensions, not densities.
Yeah.
I still don't really know the difference. Maybe
So
you should start there.
dimension is just a frequency level. It's like a band. Like all the radio frequencies already out there, but when you tune your tuner to a certain frequency, you suddenly hear 3 FM.
Yeah.
And if you go higher on the band, you will start tuning into other frequencies.
Yeah.
This is dimensions. Dimensions are just frequency levels.
Okay. And densities are.
And one is not higher and therefore better than the other. It's just a different frequency. Like when you're higher on a ladder or higher on the steps, you're not better than the other one.
No.
You're just higher up.
But love is a certain frequency and shame is another frequency. Is that correct?
Yes.
So tell us why love isn't better than shame.
If you choose to be negatively polarized and to follow the service to self path as explained in the Law of One by the Ra Collective, many of Bettinia's teaching are also about this Ra Collective, but there's many more, like Aaron Epke and so many. If you choose the path of the negative polarity, the serves to self polarity, then it helps to be in lower states of consciousness, and it helps to be in lower frequency levels.
So they actually serve you better.
They serve you better.
So that's why there's no worse or
So
better.
when you're like hateful or angry or fearful or whatever in the lower frequencies, it serves you.
So it's not negative and positive. Okay, that's a great answer. What was the original question about? Oh, right. So you're trying. So you're not trying. You are explaining the difference between densities and so that was frequencies covered, I think, unless you've got more to add.
Yeah.
So what about densities?
So in dimensions.
Okay. Sorry. Dimensions. Yeah. Okay.
So when you're in a certain frequency, you can only look down into the lower dimensions. So when humanity was in third density, they all resonated in third dimension, on a third dimensional level.
So I feel like here you need to explain the difference between densities and dimensions.
No.
Okay.
I think your audience, if they're smart, they already know the difference between.
I don't
because
know.
we explained before. So drop the whole density idea for now.
Okay, we're just going to stick with dimensions. Okay.
So we, as a human being, we've been in this third dimensional experience for a long time because we were in third density class.
Okay, we're switching back to densities now.
Yeah, so we lived in a third density reality for a whole fucking long time, like tens of thousands of years, maybe hundreds of thousands, I don't know. And in this third density level, this takes a long period, we were vibrating on a third dimensional level. And from this third dimensional level, we could only look down into the second dimension, which is about polarity, and in the first dimension, which is about being. Just being, no consciousness at all, just being, like a rock. It's just being.
So this is why, tell me if I'm right, we're coming from the third dimension now. Dimension, not density. Both. I mean, I can't really distinguish the difference because you're saying.
So now we're moving from a third density level. We're slowly graduating into fourth density, which is about love and understanding. Slowly.
But it seems that you're saying that the densities and the dimensions are intertwined because you say when we're in third dimension, when we're in third density, we're in third dimension vibration. So what's the difference?
So look at the density as being a long period. So we were in for a long time. For long periods we were in third density, experiencing life from a three-dimensional perspective. So we could only look down into second and third dimension. So either something was true or not, or not
That's
relevant.
polarity, isn't it?
Or
Truth
not
or
re-
false
yes.
is polarity.
Yeah.
And also, so what really got me was that's why we're seeing all the crazy political stuff and tyrannies, because that's
And
a polarity.
that's now all coming to the surface because we're moving into fourth density, and from fourth density we can experience fourth dimensional, five dimensional,
And then we'll see the third
and
density.
then we start to see third dimension, which is about duality. And we can start recognizing like there's also like neutrality.
So that's why we're living in such a polarized world, because we can only really see the second dimension, which is polarity.
We could, up till now. But now, because we're slowly graduating, we're slowly moving into this fourth dimensional existence, fourth density existence, slowly, and we're going to be there for a long while. And this is the old Earth, new Earth. So as soon as we fully emerge in new Earth, we're going to be fourth density beings looking back at third density, seeing first, second, third dimension, fourth dimension, fifth dimension, and at the end of fourth density experiential level, we will start slowly on this, slowly be able to go into the sixth dimensional and seventh dimensional and maybe even eighth dimensional state. But it's going to take a long while. There's humans now already capable of, because they're outsiders coming from a higher density level back here. They already know what it's like. They already know these dimensional states. I, for example, can very easily tap into my sixth dimensional self or seventh dimensional self.
Oh, because you're eighth dimension, but
Because I'm eighth density.
but you can't tap into the eighth density because you can only see down.
No, you keep mixing density
I
and
do. I'm
dimensions.
so confused by it.
So you have to start to realize first, really understand what density is. Density is like a long time you are in there, and within this density time period, you can switch.
Switch what dimension?
Dimension is like an experiencing level of where are you on the ladder? Where are you?
Okay, that helps.
You can step down. Right now, you can change your frequency to 2 dimensions and start doing your
Not today, Satan.
your
stuff.
old shit show again.
Yeah.
Right? And yeah, they know he mentioned Bali, but that's
Right,
you know
all
that's
that,
so
yeah, the stalker stuff. Yeah,
that's so third dimension.
not second.
No, because you're stuck in it. I can only see polarity. Either it's good or bad for me. Right?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So I'm in the third dimension, but I can only see from the second dimension.
You can only see the second dimension from third dimension.
Yeah.
When you resonate in third dimensional frequency, you can only notice, be aware of second density, second dimension, and first dimension. And because we, as a human collective, are now moving into higher dimensions, in higher density, we can already start experiencing higher dimensional levels. We can experience fourth dimension, seeing neutrality, seeing from neutrality, like the observer.
which is third.
So you
Density.
can see into third density. You can see into the third, second, and first dimension. You can make the distinction between the three. You start to see, so there is polarity, but here is also neutrality, because otherwise you would not have choice. Choice is, I can choose which polarity I prefer. You can choose the reality of, I can cling on to this story of this idiot following me and trying to kill me. Or I can choose, like, let it go. Right? And you do this from fourth dimension. From the fourth dimension, you start to realize, there's also like a neutrality. I can neutralize this motherfucker by loving him.
Which I'm genuinely doing. Like I genuinely feel love for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Does that clarify enough?
It clarifies enough. I think I understood about 30 to 50% of that. Let me know in the comments how much you understood about it. and what questions you have for Jeroen. Do you see why I need to sleep every time I speak to this motherfucker? Thanks, Drew.